Kuzambo. My name is Yentin Finso, and I'm from YHS Yangchifu Higher Secondary School. Now, today in this class, we are going to focus on communication and its importance. Now, before going with this, I will show you some pictures. The first one, this, which is not commonly in use in today's world, but in olden days, this was one of the clean medium through which people could easily communicate, which was through post office or post box. The next one here is the old form of telecommunication, which is known as telephone. Then this one was the medium through which one could easily type a letter to another. And these are the carrier vehicles through which we could easily transfer or send our letters. Now with this, why did I show you this picture? I showed this picture because to make yourself think about what was the picture about and how it was helping in our today's topic, that is business communication and importance. Now, the one which I've shown the picture was the medium through which we could easily communicate with one another. If I give an example, you talking to your friend is an example of communication. Not only that, you talking with your parents, your grandparents, or your friends, your neighbor, these are all examples of communication. Now, with this, I assume that you all have an idea about what communication is. And with this, let's have a think time. Take yourself a deep breath and think what actually is communication, or what is communication. Okay, I think you have thought about what is communication. Now here in commerce topic, what we will be focusing is how this communication is helping the business world, or how important is communication in business. So let's understand communication from the point of view of business. Now from this class, the objective, the basic requirement of this would be the understanding that I need to get from you is, first, understand the concept of business communication. Second, you should be able to explain what is a business communication and what are its importance. And at the end, you should be able to relate the communication to the real world of business work. Now, firstly, what is communication? Now, communication is an exchange of ideas, fact, opinion, information, and understanding between two or more persons. It may also be regarded as process of meaningfully transferring information from one person to another. The success of a business depends on a great extent on the effectiveness of communication. So this is the basic explanation of communication. So basically here the requirement is one should be able to convey what one is thinking to the person you want to convey the message. Or you can say from the communicator to communicatee. So here this message should be clearly transferable. So with this now, let's see in business communication. In business communication, here communication refers to exchanging information between all parties involved in the operation of the business in order to promote business goals, objectives, aim, activity, as well as to increase the profitability by selling the product to the customer. Here, the only difference here is we are communicating here. The business world is using communication in order to earn more profit or increase their sale by communicating in a better way. Now, you also know that when one is able to communicate you or one is able to convince you, you will be gaining the trust of that communicator. So when you gain trust of that communicator, there will be a confidence built between them. So what happens is this confidence is important in the business world. To gain the confidence of the customer, or to win the trust of the customer is very much necessary for the business world, because we all know in business world the customers are the end users, and the profit to be made or profit to be earned are all earned from when the customers buy the product. So here communication plays a key role. How? Because the business person can easily convince the customer to convince or in buying the product by communicating well. So I hope how you have understood how communication is effective in business and what is business communication. So effective business communication fosters valuable rapport among the organization and stakeholder, resulting in increased productivity. Now, stakeholder here means the one dealing with the business company, for example, the creditor, the supplier. So these are the stakeholders of the company, the business world. So when you convince the stakeholder through effective communication, what happens? It builds a strong bond between the business world and this stakeholder, which in return earns you a profit. Now let's go to look at the importance of communication in business world. Yes, student, I should make you one thing clear. There are many importance about communication, but here we are focusing how this communication is helping us or helping the business world. So that's why we are going to see at the importance of communication in business. Now, we would be focusing on 7 key points, or that are: first, planning, decision making, coordination, morale boosting, maintaining stakeholder, public relation, and operation of business. So we would be focusing in this 7 key topics. First one is to facilitate sound planning. Now, sound planning, you can say, in another word, a good planning, or have an effective planning. Now, how is it possible? Or how can one achieve sound planning with the help of effective communication? Now, in this matter, how we can achieve is, now when the subordinates and the superior, or you say when the employees come together and make a decision about a thing, so what happens is one can easily ensure participation. When the participation is there of every employee, one can get opinion of each employee, seek their suggestion, and when those opinion suggestions are being made together, they can come with an effective sound planning. However, they must ensure authenticity of the information received. Please be mindful, students. The authenticity of the information received should be checked. Thus, this is how communication plays. So this, just imagine there's a planning going on there. The employees are there, but there's no communication. They're just sending message. Is the information clearly conveyed? No, right? So because of this, when one have an effective communication, like coming together, have a round meeting or discussing, with this what happens is one can understand each other better, one can give us a better feedback in this case, and at last they can ensure a sound planning. So this is how communication ensures a sound planning. Next one is facilitate decision making. Now, a decision must be made upon series of consultation and meeting with the employee and stakeholders. Management must even allow debate to arrive at a good decision. An effective communication enables both the management and subordinate to identify the real problems and take appropriate decision making. Now, you students must be knowing about private company, and you know one of the disadvantages of private companies, that one there's decision making, it can easily give you a profit or easily give you a loss. And one cannot easily say whether it will give you an effective decision or not. So what happens is here, when too many people come together, the employee, they know each other, come together and they make a decision, what happens is each and everyone will have their own ideas. And when these ideas are combined, they will be able to make a key decision. So when they make an effective decision, what happens is they are able to avoid unnecessary decisions, they can have an effective decision. So now this all are possible with the help of effective communication, or you can say a good communication. With the help of good communication, one can easily convey its message to his superior or subordinate, and with this they can have an effective decision making. Next one is facilitate coordination. Now imagine yourself, students, I want to make a scenario. You guys are going for a picnic. And you guys are just exchanging message, communication, or communicating through messages. Will it be possible? Yes, one will say bring potato, one will say bring rice, one will say bring oil. But thing is that when they come together, it would not be so effective like the way you have come together and done the coordination. So communication also helps in facilitating the coordination. How? That's the question. So when one conveys its message to another properly, one can easily understand. When one easily understands, what happens, it brings you the mutual trust. When it brings up the mutual trust, it brings the confidence in that. When confidence is gone, a coordination will be followed by. So this is how the effective communication will lead to or facilitate in coordination. Okay. Now, the communication also helps in improving morale and mutual trust. How? Now, with the help of effective communication, or you can say in a simple way, good communication, you are able to convey each other. A stranger becomes friends because of a communication. So, when there is a good communication, what happens is you can, a senior manager can easily share his views or express his idea to the subordinate. So, when the manager expresses his idea or view to the subordinate, what happens is eventually the subordinate will be able to feel, will be feeling free with the manager. They will not be scared of the manager. So when they feel free with the manager because of the effective communication, they can easily express their ideas, their views or feedback. When such thing happens, what happens is it morally boosts their trust and confidence. So this is how effective communication is again being utilized in business world. Now next one is maintaining stakeholders. Stakeholders are those interested parties who are highly influential in business decision, and the success of business depends on their participation. Now here, stakeholder, like I said earlier, starting from your creditor to your supplier of the raw materials to the buyers, the consumer, they are all the part of the stakeholders to the business world. So since when they are part of the business world, what happens is to gain the confidence or to keep the stakeholder important is a must for the business enterprises, because when you enjoy confidence or trust from the stakeholder, what happens is these are the people, the stakeholders are the participants who have a high influence on your business enterprise. So since these stakeholders have a high influence on your business enterprise, what happens is to maintain the stakeholder is a key or a must for a business enterprise. And this maintaining of the stakeholder can be done if they have a effective communication, like sharing of information to the of the business to the stakeholders, giving the ideas to the stakeholders. These are all the ways of communicating to the stakeholders. So when you share through good communication to the stakeholder, what happens is stakeholders will have a confidence over your interest business enterprise. So when this business confidence is being maintained, what happens? There will be a good relation. So maintaining of stakeholder is also being achieved through the level of effective communication. Okay, next one is improving public relationship. Public relationship means you, me, the users, we are all the public. We all come under public. So for a business enterprise, the end users are the public. In order to earn profit, you have to sell your product. And this product are bought by the public. So that's why it is important to have a better public relationship. Now, how can we have our business enterprise can have a public relationship? This is true. Now you can see like now in today's world in TV, many ads. Many companies giving their ads, many companies giving incentives, many companies giving bonuses, many companies giving offer. These are one of the ways of communicating, one of the ways of communicating with the public. Now, moreover, now in this modern world, each company has business enterprise's own web page, and in that web page, one can get a clear information or idea of a business, how it is being doing, what is its profit, what is its number of employees, what is salary base. So these are all being shown in a transparent way just to build the trust between public or have a confidence of the public. So now in a simpler way, when a person enjoys a confidence of the business enterprise, like let's say about Nike and Adidas, people go for their brand because they have the confidence, because they have the confidence over that product. So this is all because this Nike and the Adidas they maintain proper, or they try to improve public relations, or let's say they try to win the public confidence. So this is the way how one can easily improve public relationship. So this can all happen through effective communication. Today we are focusing only on this 7 point. So this would be the last subtopic, which I would say communication will have enable efficient and smooth operation of a enterprise. How a manager can convey his idea easily to his employee. An employee can easily give his feedback to the management. So what happens is, in a way, it builds the management, it grows the management. or it grows the business. Like it says, effective communication fosters smooth operation of the management process. The smooth and efficiently functioning of an enterprise entirely depends upon effectiveness of the system of communication. So when the communication system is good, management can easily convey to its subordinates, subordinates can give feedback to superior, a mutual trust is being built, a confidence is built in the team. So what happens? Coordination is being built. When the coordination is being built, what happens? It helps in the effectiveness of the business operation. Business can run smoothly. So these are all attained again through with the help of effective communication. So these are the topics of today's class, and I hope you have understood what we want to convey to you all. With this, we have an activity for you all. The first one is, if you are attending a job interview, means create a scenario where you are going to attend a job interview, think what are the essential communication skills you may require. I repeat, you think yourself as attending a job interview and think what are some of the important communication skills that you require during the interview. That is your first activity. Now the second activity is, invention of mobile network has brought tremendous change in communication channel in the society. What are some of the implications you foresee in use of mobile phone on your official correspondence? That means you in offices now, in modern world, in offices people are using mobile phones. So what are its implication that you see or you think when people are using mobile phone in the office correspondence? Thank you.